fast. He's wrestling with it now. He's gone. Let's see how they do. Oh, must keep hold of it. Gotta come down, but don't go down that way.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Speed Without Engine, the place where fast-paced action meets pure fun. Get ready for some sick designs, crazy crashes, and tons of laughs. Let's go.
Oh, really? Not to start off with? No, not going to plan as yet, is it? It will actually help them when they get off the ramp, I think, which would be a good start. Here we go. Then, oh, no, it's fun again. Another one of those soapboxes where they're trying to steer it with their feet, which doesn't seem to be the way forward. Right, they're off and running again. The man on the left of the picture is now broken over the ramp. Look, and plop. Still going. A little bit of a push to try and get some speed up around the berm. Oh, there's another spin on the berm. Oh, into the bales. Oh no, he's gone and tips it up now. Taking part. Not everybody can be fast today, can they? But there's a fantastic spirit here in Lima, epitomised by this particular group. Lost kick. Pushing at the back. Let's see what they can do in terms of making a mark on the competition. It's the first jump. Over safely, picking up speed. Starting to maybe wobble slightly. Over the jump they go. Got to keep it together here. Oh, they've lost it, and they've gone out. They went. Spectacular crash. Wow, look at that. Really was a spectacular end to their run. Off they go. A little bit slow off the ramp, aren't they? It's snaking already, this one, and they've wiped it out right at the start. Look at this. They were wobbling all over the place right from the start ramp, and they got about 40 yards. Are the four-man team. That doesn't look very comfortable to me. I don't know about you. So down they make a mark. Oh, he's already become a cropper. The ramp. There's the first problem. I suppose the beauty of it is... Here's the kicker. Is he going to do it? Oh, no. I'm not surprised his bottle went there. Wobbling down. There's still the ramp to go. Oh, he's gone into the bales and lost his passenger again. Kicker. And then can't steer the soapbox. Look, he's gone. Bang! All over. You might say the perfect end to a thrilling danger in. The final standings. A good start for him. Might need to lift his feet up, I think, otherwise it's going to slow him down. And through the chicane, I think we've got long enough in the programme to sit down. Slightly quicker now. That's part of it gone. Here's the jump anyway. Oh! Wobbly through there, he goes, looking to build some momentum over. Oh! 0.9. There you see it. Oh, that's the roll. That's the way to do it. Skateboard your way down, over the finish line. Souvenir for the crowd as well. Well, let's hope this run down the circuit doesn't... The performance did. Oh, thought it might go nose first there. Charlotte done down. Here, which just has him wobbling a little bit. There's a little piece of it gone. Rattler. Lots of speed into the bone rattler. No thought of touching the brakes. Oh, he's got nose first again. He's lost most of it. This is where it all started to go wrong. The bone rattler. The circuit, brilliant driving. Here's the foul. Oh, he's lost it on the factory. It's still going, is it? No! He nearly got there. It far too much. Of getting the job done mechanically. Does that translate to a very fast soapbox? And it certainly started off the forward camera, just how quick they're travelling. Here's the kicker. They lose the front, he can't see. That's where it first starts to become a problem, because he can't see where they're going. Properly, it's a real problem for them, but they manage because the combination of speed and the fact they can't see. Oh! Look at him from the back, from Paul's soapbox. Look at that for a finish. Wow. Could have been. They've been with the soapbox as well. So off goes dead high if you can, then you get the slingshot. But as you can see, a little bit cautious at the top of the course. More bravery than this. On the way down there. Oh, there he goes. And then head first. Oh, what does the cobblestones taste like, I wonder? There's a man who can tell you. First kicker. That was the equivalent of a belly flop off a diving board for a youngster trying to learn to dive. On to honour their ferias, which are local fruit and vegetable vendors. That's why they've got Soapbox, and they're on their way down. Quite big, straight into the corner. Two on the way down. They're not quite ready for it, look. They get a bit tight into the first corner from the back as they head towards Carpool. Oh, he's caught Carpool on the straw bale, and that drags the soapbox that way, spins it round from the back. Out comes the apples and oranges and the lime, and on they go. Still battling down from top to bottom. Slightly slower than they were at the top, and then trundling down towards the finish, no more than that. And the time, 1:37.25. We have got an exploding device on this soapbox, we're told, and chocolates may well spray into the top, which it's taken a while. Anyway, Taste the Rainbow is on the way. Watch out, exploding chocolate box. And there's the berm. Oh, didn't do the berm, did he? Certainly the place to be standing today, isn't it, on that berm? It's the most spectacular part of the course because they're carrying so much speed. There's the chocolate box exploding, there we go. Not quite as spectacular as they expected. Chance of being victorious here in Cincinnati. So T-Rex on the way down. David and Tyler are the box at the top part of the circuit, and then it needs the strength and it needs to get over the big kicker when you get down through the top part to make sure they get through in one piece.
And speaking of that, they're coming through right now.
There it is. Let's see how they do. Oh, just managed to keep hold of it. Just managed to keep it. At the end, if you see it again, look at that. That's where they lost it. He almost lost the fella out the back. Never mind about anything else. It was the small straight through the bales. I don't think he can stop it. Decided at that point he was going to be part of a soapbox race team, and he's here today, and he's the pilot. Soapbox in terms of the design because they've got the small wheels with a wide, strong axle. Creativity, good performance, great time. One of the quickies we've seen today. And you can see how much the axe got the camera on it, so they'll get some really good shots of this, and they're really nice over there. It's got landed over the kicker. All of the impact was absorbed by the axle, and they were quickly off again through the ship. Interesting to see the time here because they've not. Oh, they just managed to get over the line. It's gone. Look, 36.03. Everything was fine until 2 meters from the finish, and they just started to drift right. But I think that was good. Weather today, thousands here watching, and off go VPK. Let's see what they can do. The berm is first, and they are around the berm. Did the berm really well, handled all of the obstacles. Seemed to be a problem for this team. Over the kicker, the only problem they had was they got a face full of foam after the car wash. Fast through there. Here's the car wash coming up through the foam. Oh, look at that, spectacular. Oh, and he's wiped it out at the end into the straw bale. Harry couldn't see coming through the foam, and that's going to be a problem for everyone here today. Car wash, you're probably not going to be able to see, but that's a really good run by VPK to kick us off today. Hill, they quite rightly changed their mind. There's not a great deal of fitted in there over the kicker. We'll wait and see. Down they go, a little bit of a nosedive. Nice and quick now, moving towards berm, which is directly after the 90-degree turn. There we go. Oh, they're out. Well, that's what it's designed to do, but you've got to get the line much better than that. It's a good job. That'll stand them in good stead as a unit. It's turned into more of a trundle look through the water. So Batelis, the shoe, faced now by the Bone Rattler, which is the Bone Rattler with part of the water feature still attached to the finish, and over they go in a time of 1:14.01. Will Cinderella go to the ball? Will Cinderella come a cropper at the berm? We will see. Gate. Gate, it's the seesaw, and then you pick your kicker. Up, 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 up. Gotta come down, but don't go down that way. Don't go down that way. It's okay to go up, but you've got to come down, and that's not the way to come down. Francois is the driver, and they've tried to make a portion of chips quite streamlined here. So in terms of the strength of the soapbox, it should be all right. Here's the Bone Rattler, the wooden Bone Rattler. No problem. Decent suspension, the tyres help through there as well. Nice and smooth through there. These are the hairpins, those sharp bends that are difficult if you're going too fast. He's wrestling with it now, he's gone. You start to get faster and faster and faster, and then you take a big bite of the straw bales like that. Okay then, here we go. Oh, he's rolled again. Wonderful shot there of just how He wants to get to the bottom. Oh, he's missed it. Oh, he's missed it. Of course, being the driver, you've got to take both hands off the steering wheel at that point. Limps to the finish. Limps to the finish. So the moment of truth arrives for Team Sky racers. Down the ramp they go. Big push, and away they go. The smoke billows out of the funnel. And they're safely over and in one piece after minding the gap. Now it comes down to the wedge. And it's a neat run so far. It's pretty smooth and it's pretty fast. And pears followed by the kicker. It's the same old story. Here we go then with the apples and pears. Absolutely bolts over that. A couple of bounces on the landing. Now it's whether they can get through the chicane and down in one piece towards the kicker and have the momentum to get towards the finish line. The rocket powering down the slopes at Alexandra Palace over the kicker. We go! Oh, he nosedives and he flips it over and he's on his side. Actually cost him because he went nose first into the track. They will push him over the finish line, but it's probably cost him big time. And I just wonder whether the funnel dive, let's see it, into the kicker. Everything's fine at this point. And then just look at that, straight in, nose first, almost went over the handlebars, thought he might save it, down he went, and Team Sky Racer end up in a heap, just yards away from the finish line. So that's how they did. The next team we're going to see are here for the beer. Cool, they picked an interesting soapbox as well. All day long they'll have been telling the competitors up there, oh, it's easy, you'll be okay. Well, we're about to find out, aren't we? I'd have that. Get them back on the ramp again. They go, oh, they're going to do the berm, and he wishes he didn't. They didn't just try the berm, they literally went right to the top of the berm. Karen and Christina coming to grief at the berm. Oh, look at that, that's a great shot from on board, just to see how much it flipped over. Always tends to be difficult to keep them in one piece, particularly when you've got destructive kickers like we have here. Beautiful day, great day for it, piping hot. Here's the kicker, over we go, that was brilliant. Just started to wonder, can he keep it straight? Can Hamza keep it straight? Yes, he can, over that kicker too. More hay for people to move. Oh, it's just fallen over. Let's have a look what goes wrong. It just veers off to the side and then just tips over for no... Well, we need to see that again because everything seemed to be fine. Pram with a big green bit sticking out. Big wheels at the back, small ones at the front. Anybody who watches this, you know I don't particularly like that design. But let's see. Group of friends. They have a racing team manager. She's called Diana, so let's hope she's done the job well. There's the big left-handed berm, and they're going to go slightly higher because they've got a bit of speed at the top between now and then. But if you can put a score on the board, it gives everybody something to aim at today. Took the kicker and the staircase remarkably well. Oh, the front's gone. The front wheel's gone. Just when I was praising the design, support at the front. And there is the problem. There's the landing. It starts to buckle, and once those pram wheels start to go, there is absolutely nothing that you can do about it. But as we see so often in Red Bull Soapbox, we push all the way to the finish, and there we go. Crowd here today enjoying it. Let's see what happens. They'll need a good time because the performance didn't score well, and he's gone quite high around the berm. And he's building up some speed here through the car wash. We'll get the speed check in a minute. Here we have the water. Flies through there, no problem there. Now we've got the stair set. Down the stairs. Oh, look at that, down the stairs. Wow, watch this. Nose first. It just stopped. Oh, look at that. Look at that. The full weight of the soapbox down on him as well. Watch the onboard. Hold your breath. Oh, look at that. Wow. Sharp and pointy at the front. Does that mean it's going to be fast? Over the kicker. Needs more speed than this. Over the water. Through the chicane. Now they've got the bone rattler coming after this one. Building up some speed over the bone rattler. Over the bone rattler we go. Oh, he's lost it. He's lost it. Don't think there is. They can see it's agonising for them. They can see the finish. They've worked so hard on the soapbox. They're going to have to drag it down. Means they can't win today. But it means they're going to get the satisfaction of making it down the course here in Lausanne. 125.85 is academic. Bone shaker. There they are through the water, which was a worry for the co-pilot at the back, wasn't it? Soapbox. And we wish this team well on the way down. 38 for the performance. Off and running here in Paris. Through the first obstacle there where they got water. And he's gone through the water. Started to pick up some momentum, started to pick up some speed down towards the tricky part. Around that corner, there's the kicker. He's wobbling now, he's lost it now, he's gone now! Oh, he's taken the cameraman as well, I think. That's the kicker there. If you can avoid that, you can avoid the bouncing. And when it starts to move side to side like that, so hard to get it back, and they couldn't do it. There's the cameraman. Look how brave he was, making sure you got to see it up close and personal. Oh, look at that. And then down you go. The first thing you encounter is the berm, and that's what they've got to deal with straight away on the run. Through they go. Well, that's nice through there. Now let's see what they can do at the chicane. Because by being so quick on it, where it goes right, left, here we go. Oh, he's gone too fast. Too fast. Round, and they just catch the front right as you look, the front left for them on the straw bale. That Team Cash Heist disintegrate down on the course. Not a minute. 31. Here's the kicker. Well, they're going to really set a time, but really good slow-mo again over the kicker to finish off for Cash Heist. Bearing in mind they had such a big off in the chicane. Now we will find out whether this soapbox is able to navigate its way down the track. Bit of a slow burner. It's quite slow to start with. There go Team Flower Power over the first jump. So far, so good. Now they start to gather momentum through the little gravel trap, which does it right, which they did really well. They've got a big problem with the front right wheel, which has become a really good run, that, until they have the problem with the wheel right at the end. And racers on the way down. That's the neck at the back, the thing you can see waving around, but that's the handlebars. That's the way they're going to steer it. And it's looking pretty quick so far. To lose the back end ever so slightly, manages to correct it. Oh, no, he's not. Oh, he's gone over. He's gone over. That's enough to make anybody anyway. I suppose in the spirit of the Red Bull soapbox race, but that is where it always worries me when the steering wheel is on cables. That's probably why. Can you give us a hand? Give it a pull, there we go. By ramp, through the chicane. Here's the ramp. Whoa, when we get to the ramp, no we won't, back wheel. Just when Amelia was preparing for the ramp, it all went wrong into the straw bales. As quickly and as effectively as the Absolute Radio team. Down it goes, with the piston to start with and a bit of air over the piston too. As well, which was spectacular. Lots and lots of speed to this one, I've got to say. Seems difficult to control, and right at that on the way down. So much speed at this particular part of the run. If they can see just how difficult this particular soapbox is to steer. And there's the bone rattler, they lose a bit more, and he's off to the straw. Keep the momentum going and keep it straight. They are going to try and get down to the finish, as all the teams like to do today. The factory to negotiate too. There's the final piece of the sides gone. Having walked it before it started today, and not having the courage to actually jump into one of these soapboxes, and but they certainly gave us plenty to. So down they go. And he's gone for the handlebar technique for the steering, and they're around the berm okay. Actually sound. It's got those big wheels at the back, though, and the one at the front, and we've seen that work well today. There's the bone shaker. He's okay at the moment. He's got the crowd on the way down. Oh, he's not going to shout anymore, though, is he? That put a sock in it. There we go, over to one side. There's just not enough stability. Handbrake between his legs. Apart from that, everything is open. Really quick down there. Over he goes, over that little bone shaker. And he's just relaxed a little bit, and he's gone into the straw bales, look. And he's collected some of the branding, but he's managed to get rid of that, which means he avoids the berm. He's got to pick up a bit more to get to the finish, though. He'll have to push it. And over he goes. And the time. Start ramp. And here they come. Down it goes. It's wobbly, wobbly, wobbly. Oh, it's gone already. Over the place. And because of the height of the soapbox, they can't get it back. It's gone. We knew that part of the course would be a problem.